Good morning, friends. And today's day 3 of the 10 days of Galactic activation portals. And day 1 and 2 were pretty. I wonder what the word would be to say what they were. I guess challenging. They felt very challenging. So today is Monday, so it's Galactic activations started on Saturday. And I woke up, 4:45 this morning, with a feeling of a clump in my chest. And as I did some breathing exercises to become aware more fully of that contraction in my chest in that location, started doing my breathing exercises, which is breathing out twice as long as you breathe in. So if you breathe in to the count of 4, breathe out to 8, breathe in for 5, breathe out to 10, breathe in for 6, breathe out to 12. Just double your out breath to your in, whatever your in breath is. That has the tendency to reset your vagus nerve, so you can come out of a feeling of fight or flight and come into more of a feeling of calm, which is a better feeling to work with any of the circumstances we currently find ourselves in. So this morning I'm going to set up a healing field for the world, and we're going to work with the energies of that healing field right away. I've already, gotten this area softened, but it hasn't released, and so quite possibly as we work with these energies together, this energy will release. So I choose to set up a healing field for the world within the world healing field. So I'm setting up a specific world healing field within the larger world healing field. And I would suggest you state these words out loud. I connect to my deep self. Just notice what you feel when you say that. Connect to my higher self. Once again, notice what you feel when you say that. Connect to my highest self. I ground myself to the healing center of the planet. Notice what happens when you do that. I open myself to the healing power of the One. Notice what happens when you do that. I choose to release anything that's not useful to me now. And if you want some assistance from the 7th dimensional beings, the Hathors, then you can say, I choose to work with the Hathors. Basically, they use vibration and sound to help you let go, because really healing is about letting go. I mean, there's things that the body has to do as well, but the first step of healing is letting go. Choose to set up a healing field. I ask all of the beings who assist with the observational healing field to please be present. I ask that all the helpers and guides of the people that will be watching this, please be present. And ask that we all be placed in a field of protection while we do this work. Ask the higher self to take us through the portal of time to the event that would be of the highest good, release and integrate at this time. And I invite all souls to return to the event, to release and integrate the energy of the event for themselves. And I ask that they all be placed in a field of protection while they do their work. Upon arrival at the event, I ask the higher self to assist us to release and integrate all energies of the event, gently and easily, fully and completely on all levels, and through all space and time. Okay, so the healing field is set up. On a soul level, we've gone back to an event, go through the portal of time to the event that the higher self takes us to. This is the event that would be of the highest good for us to release and integrate at this time. And so when we go back to these events, sometimes we'll feel through our physical body, a response to the event that our soul has returned to. So if this is the case for you, just notice, and what you feel may be different than what I feel, because you and I were in bodies in that lifetime when that event took place. So we may be feeling specifically what our body feels from that event, and that may be different between the two of us, what we feel. But just notice if you feel something going on in your physical body, and then realize that that is the physical event that your soul is clearing back at this event we've gone back to. So for me, it does have not so much what I felt earlier when I came out of the dream world was this clenching in the chest, but this feels more like a pain in the heart. So I also feel like a lot of discomfort from my elbow down in my right arm. So I'm just going to hold this area and this area. I might put this arm, I'm going to hold this area in front and this area. So if you're finding an area that you feel a particular discomfort in the body that showed up when we went back to this event, just notice that area where it is. You can put your hand over it just to keep your awareness there. And then notice anything else you're feeling. What typically happens in these healing sessions is we go back to an event, we feel some things at the event. I suggest people don't go back, don't follow their soul back to the event, that they stay in present time. It's much easier to clear these in your body in present time, present like this, and not have our consciousness follow the soul back to the event, because that just can make it more difficult, and there's no reason to make these things more difficult. Okay, sometimes these releases will take place faster. Place faster becomes plaster when one is speeding up a little bit. And plaster is oftentimes used to repair walls. Okay. Also, this is another way. If you just rub your hand down from the top of your sternum down to the bottom of your sternum, this is a way to help if you're if you happen to be feeling panic. And if you're not feeling panic, it just helps anyway. It's just like petting the cat. Okay, so now this is just what I'm doing. But if you find yourself wanting to just um, pet yourself like you're a cat, um, find a place that just the energy feels like it needs to move a little bit more. You can just rub your hand down it. And if you have, um, if your heart feels open, whether your heart feels open or not, but if your heart feels open and you feel love, then let yourself feel that love for your body, for what it has done for you, regardless if it changes anything. Just the fact that you can love your body, just love your body, even if it feels like it's not functioning as well as you would like it to. It may function better if you just simply love it. And really, love is what heals all wounds. So, loving yourself is a really good way to initiate this healing process. And then my hand went automatically over to this left side. And again, just feeling the love. Oftentimes I notice that I feel that love from the area of the chest, and then I just continue it, feeling that love going through my hand, rubbing my arm with love, with compassion, with curiosity, like, oh, how is this changing? Okay, I'm going to go back to the center and just feel this tightness in through the left side of the shoulder, and I'm just going to rub that and just say, you can just say, I love you, body. You're living in this body. This body's giving you a place to live. If the body stops, you as a being are like, gotta find a new rental space. Okay? And then as you're doing this, you can just notice when an area that was tight begins to melt. And sometimes you might feel some pain when that is melting, as that pain is stuck energy. So as you let it go, you may feel that momentary pain that stuck energy comes out. And then that stuck energy, wherever it is for you, I'm just going through and noticing the areas that show up for me, and then feeling those release. And as you and I do this together, you may be doing something on your end, I may be doing something on my end, but we are doing this together, we are healing together. And when I let go of, when we're in a field of relationship like this, and I let go of something, you may feel yourself letting go of it. When you let go of something, I may feel you letting go of it. This I found this past couple months, there's for many people that I'm in relationship with in the world and also through the internet, there's been a lot going on. And I followed the Mayan calendar, and it gives me a good idea of some of the things that are going on, or some things that are useful to think of on a particular day. But I became more aware um, this past year of these galactic activation portals. These days where these portals, which are opening, portal is an opening, galactic is an opening to the higher realms. Our crown chakra, when it's open, is open to the higher realms. Galactic activation portals are portals into the body in which these activation energies can come in. These are energies of light. They come in through the crown chakra, they go in through the spinal cord, which is in the center of the spine. It's covered by a material called meninges. All these are highly aware areas, tissues, but this galactic activation portal comes through the portal, opens up, and the crown chakra receives this energy, which is very healing energy. It activates our genetic potential. It helps us to let go and match this rising energy around the earth. And this energy has been rising around the earth since March 23rd of 1997. So it's a 28-year cycle. 97 to 2004 was the 7 years of physical cleansing. 2004 to 2011, 7 years of mental cleansing. 2011 to 2018 was a period of emotional cleansing. 2018 to 2025 is a period of spiritual cleansing. So we're in the last 4 months of this 28-year cycle. It completes on March 24th of 2025. All this work that we're currently doing, and we're all finding all sorts of different work that we're doing, and this is all soul work. This is all soul cleansing, where anything that our soul has carried from one life to another can be cleared in this period of time. And we're down to 4 months. So, it's it seems to me to be kind of speeding up, and it especially seems to speed up during these galactic activation portals. So in the 260-day period of time, and you can watch my Mayan calendar videos, or you can just go to 13moon.com and read about these things, or get the Mayan calendar. But there's these 260-day cycles that the Prophet Pacal Votan, who lived from 603 to 683, he wrote about, spoke about, gave talks about, I'm guessing, about these 260-day cycles, that within them are 52 days of these galactic activation portals. And the way the cycle worked this time is from the October 21st to 30th, we had a 10-day cycle of these activations. And now from the 30th to December 9th, we have this period of time of these activations. And so this is a really good time to clear things up. If you find, if you can create the time for yourself to just go inside, a few times a day for 10 minutes, just follow your breath in, follow your breath out. Notice areas that might seem tight to you, and then just gently breathe into those areas. And if you feel them release, just notice that they released through breath. Breath is a great way to get things to release. or to notice where things are tight and not even get them to release, but notice when they do release through your attention and awareness. I'm just doing this because I feel this tension in my shoulder, that my awareness has either the event that I'm back at or my current awareness lets me know that something's going on in here. I have the intention of just relaxing and releasing any contraction. Holding that intention, I feel that contraction coming out to that left side. It's also coming out of my head. This could be happening for you, or something very different could be happening for you based on what you're letting go from the event we went back to. And something may release for you, like I've been noticing this area off and on over the past few weeks, kind of tighten up, relax, tighten up, relax. And I knew it was going to eventually just release. I don't know when, I just knew that it was going to release at some point, and it's releasing right now. So you observing me releasing energy, you're tuning into that process, and you are releasing energy for yourself as well as I am doing this. And as you are releasing this energy with me, I am releasing this energy with you. So we become a healing tool for each other. Okay. Now this lump, I call it a lump, but it's just a contraction of energy. Feels kind of like a lump. But this contraction of energy, I'll show you more where it is. It's right here. So this is the sternum, and this is the bottom of sternum, and the lump of energy is right at the bottom of the sternum. And now that was a demonstration of something releasing very quickly. I actually, before I set this computer up to do the video this morning, I had been working on this contraction that I woke up feeling from the dream world, and I worked on that particular contraction with my breath about 20 to 30 minutes. And then I came upstairs and set up the computer to do the video, to continue working with it, because I felt like it would work out better in a healing field. So I thought, well, I'll set the healing field up for, people who watch these my videos on the internet, and then we could just release this energy together, which we're doing right now. So here was where the earlier contraction was, and I can still feel some of the remnants of it. So we're just gonna let our awareness go into it and then feel it dissolve, and then it goes up to here. So we may feel it release from there, and it seems to go up here. We may feel it release from there. And then there's a ringing in the air, and then that goes away. All of these videos are meant as instructional videos to help you change your consciousness about what is possible for you during a time of great healing. So great healing has to do with great change. Great change has to do with letting go. So all the videos I make, or however many, I think there's 400 and something videos. All the videos I have been made so that you can notice when you're holding on to something and you're holding it the way it is, and to encourage you to just not hold on to that energy in that way and then feel it release. You might have felt that happen right there. And then right here, there's this feeling of, and this is typically fight or flight when it's in the shoulders like this. So I'm going to demonstrate it with my face, let it into my face. Well, it's got some grief too. It has got some anger. So this is a fear, grief, anger pattern. They oftentimes are. And this is what it looks like when it releases. It can release and change as quickly as that. So I'm just going now back to the event that we went, the higher self took us through the portal of time. It took us to the event that would be of the highest good to release and integrate at this time. When I go back to this event now, this event is clear. Yep, no energies left. So I'm going to say these words. I'm going to ask the higher self to assist all the souls that return to this event to combine with that part of their soul that had remained at the event and bring that combined soul back into their body in present time with all of its wisdom, power, clarity, and compassion. I would ask all those souls, you being one of them, to ground yourself into the healing center of the earth and open up the portal for the delivery of the energies that will uplift the earth at this time. And so we open up this portal, all of us who have done this work. And there's many more than just us who are watching the video. I invited all souls affected by this event. So all the souls had an invitation to go back and clear this thing. That's why it cleared relatively quickly from my perspective. We open up this portal. The galactic consciousness of oneness has opened up this portal. And now we are going to act as a wind quill. A wind quill is a word in the Mayan language that is a word for human being. And the meaning of wind quill is a cosmic vibratory root. So just understand the language of a healing session. When our souls combined back at the event, so when the event happened, a part of our soul separated from the other part of our soul. And that part of our soul stayed at the event until it released the event for itself. Then this part of our soul that kind of ran away goes back to the event and releases and integrates the energy of the event for itself. And then those two parts of our soul combine, and that combination comes back in, and we have a soul expansion or a soul recovery. So now we have an expanded soul that comes into the body, and that expanded soul grounds itself to the healing center of the earth, opens up. As a group, we open up a healing portal for the delivery of these new energies that we've agreed to bring into the earth at this time. And now we bring those energies in. So I ask the interdimensional being, I ask the higher self, I ask our deep self and our soul group, all our helpers and guides to assist us to bring these new energies into the earth now. And at a certain point, you feel those energies go right into the healing center of the earth. And on some level, you did feel it. Even your mind goes, I don't know if I felt it. Oh, I don't know if I feel anything. I don't know if anything happened. My mind does that too. Not as much as it used to. And now we ask that these new energies in the earth for the healing of the planet and all inhabitants of the planet be brought in now. And we let the universe and beyond know that this has been done and that it's good. So that's a healing session. That was a healing, world healing session on December 2nd, which is day 3 of the 10-day Galactic activation portals. So we still have the rest of today to work with the energies that come up for us. But we're just going to go through this together. You and I are going to go through this together if we decide that's what we want to do. I've been trained for this so many lifetimes. And you may even feel that energy that's passing between us. That's our recognition that you and I are one. That we're aspect of the one. And you're an individualized aspect of the one, and I am an individualized aspect of the one. And together we weave the framework of the world that we're bringing in through our consciousness, individually and collectively. This is a world-changing time. And it's nothing to worry about. Don't get all stressed out. It's too big of a job. I have already got totally stressed out for everyone when I was asked to set up a world healing field. So just imagine that you're a person like me who just maybe has an interest in feeling better and have been studying healing most of this lifetime and most other lifetimes. And I have guides, I have advisors, I have people helping me along the way, helping me to shift and change. But then towards the end of January of 2020, I'm asked to set up a world healing field. And immediately my alarms went off. Like, wait, I'm going from working with individuals, sometimes small groups, to working with the world. And I just said, well, that's just ridiculous. I can't do that. And of course, they're my guides, my counselors, and they go, well, of course you can do it. Question is, are you willing to do it? And I'm like, okay, they're my advisors. They're my doctoral advisors. Anyway, I set up the healing field and I was working with those energies for about 4 days before I just said to them, I'm going to die. I can't work with this much energy. And they said, well, you have students and you have clients and you have friends. Ask them to help you. And I did. And I think at the time, 111 people responded and said, we're in. We're here to help. And they began to help. And it got a lot easier, but it never got easy. So we're end of January will have been 5 years, besides maybe a total of 7 days that they gave me off from actively grounding the disturbance. But otherwise, it's been 5 years of doing this. And now it feels like driving a car. You know, you get in, if you have a key and you have to put it in and turn it, you turn the key, and you put it in gear, depending on how you do that in your vehicle. You might say reverse, and the car may just back down the driveway, whatever. I was asking my stepdaughter, I was staying with my stepdaughter and her choreographic partner in Ann Arbor for 2 weeks. And where the house we were staying in had this very kind of steep driveway. So when I would back up, I would lose sight of the driveway and I would lose sight of where I was. And I was having to look in rearview mirrors and try to figure out, okay, am I driving off something in the car that I was driving? And I asked my stepdaughter, you know, how do you do it? Because she's a bit shorter than I am. And she says, oh, there's a video screen, and you just watch the screen, and it just shows you. And it gives you probably low beeping sounds if you're getting off the road. Anyway, I thought, yeah, some people are driving those cars. Put it in reverse. It's in reverse. And maybe we're just moving into a world where I choose to let this go, and we let it go. Okay, that was really useful on my end. I hope that it was useful on your end. Remember to pet the cat, or if you prefer dogs, pet the dogs. Or if you're into petting people, pet the people. But just keep this energy moving to the best of your ability. Accept where things are at and hold a vision of where they can be. And we'll all get through this together. I can't imagine attempting to go through this by myself. And so you're my support, supporting you, supporting me, supporting you, supporting me. And together we'll do this. It's challenging for me. If it's challenging for you, I understand. It is a time of challenge. It's a time of letting go. It's a time of preparing ourselves for another world that we're moving into. Do what you can. Do your best to stay balanced, centered, grounded, and in your deep self. In your deep self is a place of peace that passes all understanding. And the more you can be there, the better all of this stuff works out. All right. It's been a pleasure. Good luck with all this. And here we are in December. The ice is cracking. Now let's go.